Hey guys, what's going on? It's Michael here again. So today we're going to start what I hope will become a new series, and we're just going to call it Let's Talk. So in this series, I'm going to provide education and knowledge on a variety of different topics in the fitness world that are either not well known or just commonly misunderstood. So it sounds great, right? All right, so let's go. So today in this first episode, what we're going to talk about are the benefits of weight training. So this information is going to be helpful to those that either have misconceptions about weight training or don't quite understand the benefits of weight training. So first I want to address women because I feel that women are most often put off from weight training and weightlifting for a number of reasons. Some of those reasons are confidence, intimidation, which can be a side effect of lack of confidence, or just a general misunderstanding of what weight training and weightlifting actually does. So my first point here, most, if not nearly all women have one common fitness goal, and that's to lose fat. And I'll go into more detail on this whenever I do my general points later, but just suffice to say that building more muscle will enhance your fat loss, and it will even make you more of a fat burning machine whenever you're at rest or whenever you're at, say at work or something like that during periods of non-fitness activity. Another point is that all women at some point will go through their post-menopausal changes. And one of those well-known changes is the loss of bone mass, loss of bone density that can sometimes lead to osteoporosis. Strength training with weights actually helps to build and strengthen bone tissue and make your bones more dense. And that in turn is one of the best ways to fight off the natural bone loss that comes with getting older. Another point for women is that building muscle with weights can help enhance a woman's independence. So how many of you women out there would love to be able to, say, move that furniture around without having to wait till your husband gets home, or even be able to do it without feeling like you need to sleep for 12 hours afterwards? Being independent is a big step in developing this next point, confidence. It's no mystery that a woman with confidence can face a myriad of situations that may scare off the average woman. Lifting weights makes you appear stronger because it can improve your natural posture. People will see you as a stronger person and in most cases treat you accordingly. And seeing this type of change come from others' treatment of you will bleed over into how you see yourself. It's a domino effect, and the more confident you are in how you are perceived by other people, the more confidence you will exude. And the next one here, and here's the big one. This is one of the most common ones that you always hear. I don't want to get bulky, or I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. And how many of you guys have even heard that or even said that? And there's more to them getting bulky than just lifting weights. Than just lifting weights. Not lifting weights because you're afraid of looking like a bodybuilder is like not driving your car because you're afraid of becoming a NASCAR driver. So listen here, ladies, you're not going to get bulky, and here's why. Just simply stating, your body does not possess the amount of hormones it takes to build a bulky frame. And you can rest assured that most of the women you see that are like the bulky muscular are on some kind of hormone supplementation to help them get that way. Now, yes, there are exceptions. Genetics plays a huge role in this, but it is a very small percentage of women that even have the genes necessary to build a bulky frame. So things like hormones, the type of training exercises, the weight, being lifted, diet, and genetics, they all play a significant part in turning a woman into a She-Hulk. Lifting weights alone just won't do it. And finally, my last point for the women are curves. And no, not the curves in the sense of the whole real women have curves movement. I'm talking about the natural shape of a woman, like the hourglass figure, the firm backside, etc. Like I'll state later, fat takes up more space than muscle. Weight training burns overall fat more than cardio alone. So if you want to change the muscle to fat ratio of composition within your body, you want to lose fat and let your natural body shape come to light. Things will lift into their proper place, other things will firm up, and the curves that you're left with after you reach your goals will be delightful, and they will be easier to maintain than it was to achieve them. Alright, now so we're going to move on to some general comments that are good for, anyone regardless of gender, or regardless of fitness goals. So, like I said before, lifting weights, in addition to your cardio, it's going to help you lose more fat than cardio alone. When you weight train, you tear down and rebuild your muscle. When you rebuild, you're building more muscle. So in order to perform exercises as well as any activity, you must use muscle contractions, and therefore you must use energy. Body fat is a great source of energy that the body can use during heavy exercise. So the more muscle tissue you have, the more muscle contractions on a cellular level you're performing, and the more energy is consumed. All this equals, that's right, more fat loss. There are numerous studies that have been conducted that prove that a cardio plus weights regimen will burn more fat than cardio alone. One such study was done at Penn State, where subjects were separated into groups that either did cardio only or that did cardio plus weights. Now both groups lost about the same average weight in pounds, which was about 21 pounds. But here is the kicker. The group that combined cardio with weight training lost an average of 6 pounds more pure fat than the other group. And that is because cardio only exercise regimens burn both fat and muscle. So, like I said before, fat takes up more space in the muscle tissue. And you don't want to lose just numbers on the scale, you want to lose fat. Fat takes up around 18 to 20% more space per pound than muscle. So if you want to lose fat and get into those smaller clothes, you're going to want to make sure that number in the scale is going to be indicative of fat loss, not fat plus muscle loss. Another benefit to weight training is lifting weights makes you stronger. So and that goes without saying, but wouldn't it be nice if all those day-to-day tasks were getting easier to perform and not so exhausting? Say if carrying kids, groceries, doing yard work or gardening. Things like this become much easier and hence less stressful, which leads me to my next point. Lifting weights reduces stress. It's also proven through research that weight training helps to balance out hormone levels in the body. Stress is caused by different hormones in the brain and body, and you want to get a hold on that stress, so start lifting weights. And you've probably heard of people talk about getting into the gym, getting their stress out there and leaving it all at the gym. That's what they're talking about. Next point about lifting weights is that it reduces your risk of injury. And this should go without saying, but if you're stronger and more fit and more capable of doing things, you're less likely to sustain an injury from a mundane task or even injuring yourself, playing with your kids or friends. And finally, lifting weights builds confidence. I know I spoke about this with women, but it's also with men too, because a lot of men are intimidated by lifting weights in the gym. But multiple studies show that when lifting weights and making strength and aesthetic progress, both men and women report a boost in their confidence. And this transfers over to them being able to better cope with stress and anxiety, as well as fend off symptoms of depression. So, guys, there you have it. There should be no excuses after seeing this video for you not wanting to incorporate it into your regimen. So, try to get some muscle building with weights into your routine at least 3 days a week. Be smart. Don't lift with your ego. You lift smart and within your limits, but don't be afraid to push yourself. Pushing yourself is what makes progress. You want to make progress, and if you're not sure, ask me or find somebody at your local gym that seems to know what they're doing. And you'll find that in 99.9% of the cases, anyone that's trying to better their health through fitness would be more than happy to pass that on to others. So that's it for today, guys, on Let's Talk. Join me next time where I think we're gonna talk about some supplements. So have a good one.